Well, good Friday afternoon and welcome back to my craft room. Today we're going to be working on a wreath, and it's going to be the petal wreath that I had mentioned. And this wreath is called a fused petal. And I'm sorry, the light where I'm sitting is not too great, but I will try to get a little brighter here, maybe this way. It's called a fused petal wreath. And what that means is it takes two pieces of mesh and melts them together. And then you create the petal with that set of fused mesh. I saw this over on Julie's Wreath Boutique. I have a hard time saying that, Julie's Wreath Boutique, who does a lovely job making these petal wreaths. And she used actually two different sets of colors. I'm only going to be using one today, but I think it's going to come out just fine. So I'm going to start you off with giving you just a little view of how I cut the mesh, and then we'll get busy making the wreath. So if you hang in there, I'll be right back cutting mesh. See you in a bit. Okay, I thought I'd show you how I did the squares. I have two rolls of mesh here. I have on the top a deco mesh and an orange with kind of a pretty shiny stripe, and on the bottom I have a poly burlap mesh, and I guess you'd say yellow or gold. And what I'm doing is actually cutting them together, and it fuses the two pieces together. You see? You can see that? Now you will hear the fans. They need to be on. You need to wear a mask, because basically you're melting plastic, and that's what's putting the two pieces together. I'm using a heat tool, and you can see the tip I use. And you're just going to follow the line of the deco mesh, and if they don't line up perfectly, that's fine. I'm going to follow the line of the deco mesh. And you can see they are fused together. Okay? I have a couple more on the roll here. I've already done most of them. I'm just following the line. I'm using a glass cutting board. You can't do that on your mat, or you'll melt your mat. And one more. Following as best I can the deco mesh square underneath. And you can see the smoke come off of it. So that's how we get these ready. Now I'm going to take this all upstairs to put this together because it's warm, too warm down here. I'm going to unplug, and I'll be with you in just a few minutes. Alright, I think you've got a good enough view here. I will try to get you in frame most of the time. I'm starting with a 10-inch frame, and I happen to have this one. I think it's a recycle. And the reason I say that is because they're almost impossible to find right now. And what I did is I measured and cut a piece of plastic mat. And my problem is my current, I'm going to have to go downstairs again if I get to the middle and get my little ones. My current zip ties, cable ties are too big to go through these little holes. But I don't need to do that until I get to the middle anyway. So I'm going to be starting with making the petals and placing them on the second crossbar. This one right here. Okay, and I'm going to start by putting one in each crossbar. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. And here's how the petals go. Take one of our pieces, and these are the two, I call them hemmed sides. You see they're hemmed here, and then these are the two sides we fuse together. So I'm going to use corner to corner. Okay, so far. Then I'm just going to scrunch it up in the middle and turn it over. And then I'm going to form it into a petal and pinch this part together down here. And I'm going to take my zip tie and I'm going to go under the crossbar because it just keeps it from sliding all over the place. And I put it right here. And now, did I get that on backwards? I did. Well, at least when you get it on backwards, it's easy to take off again. Okay. Oh yes, it has to go this way. Okay, we'll try that again. All right. See if my little gizmo will work here. Probably not because I'm not in the right angle to use it. No, that's all right. I've got my other tool. Okay. That was more work than it was worth, but anyway, here we go. We got one on this crossbar. Okay, and what I'm going to do is put one on every crossbar. So I will start another one. Hem side, and corner, corner to the middle. Scrunch it up. Okay, so you've got a bow tie. Turn it over. And then we'll just bend them up. And I'm putting one of them over the other one a little bit. And you can kind of work with them once they're up there. Okay, that's how it looks. Zip tie under the crossbar. And I did the same thing again. I've got it down below this frame. There. They're going to aggravate me today, I guess, huh? All right. We're all set, though. I will win. Okay. See? And it really is so pretty because you see the yellow and it's shining through this orange. I'll do one more and then I'll go finish going around off the camera for this first row. See if I can over here a little bit. Okay, here's the hem and the hem. And I'm going to take the corner and the corner. And they're quite substantial because there's actually two pieces together. Okay. Get that and you form this, squeeze it, and you can play with those a little bit. Now these things are just being stubborn little buggers today. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm on the crossbar. That is very pretty. All right, let me get these last two on. We'll come back and do the next section. Back in a second. Okay, I lifted you up a little because I don't think you could get the perspective that you needed. All right, now what we're going to do, go all the way around. Same thing, corner, corner, pinch it together, twist it around, put one on top of the other a little bit, just a little. And I'm going to put one right in between each one of these. Now this is going to move around a little bit to start with because it's not got a crossbar. I think I'm going to get away with just one between each one, and you can see how that fills in there. Middle and middle. Whoop. We'll get it. And I'm going to take the one before it and kind of put it over that one, and then put that one over this next one. Okay. We'll see. I don't think I need another one in there, but we're going to see. It shouldn't for a 10-inch frame. I'll cut that one off. that's quite substantial, and it really makes quite a wide wreath when it's finished. Look at, there's a lot of it. All right, I'm going to finish this row. I'll be back. Okay, now before I get to the next part, I'm going to try to zoom you in a little bit. Okay, I think you can get it. Whoops, I guess I zoomed you in. All right. I thought I'd work on the center because I don't know if this is going to work or not. I have a brown one. You saw that in my haul. But I thought I'd try to make something that's a little blingy. And I have this, it's a blingy mesh. And I had it from my paper crafting. And I'm going to try to attach it to one of these little circles of foam that you get at the Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to use a wet glue for now because I don't want to melt the foam, and two, I think it will work fine. Unfortunately, this particular color, I didn't have any of my full sheets because I had used them. So now the glue is going to come up a little bit through this. And that's okay because it's will dry clear. But I'm just tapping it a little bit because this will have to set in order to dry. I think I can use 2 halves if I can line them up. And you'll never know the difference. Of course, my hands are all glue. Oop, I moved it. There we go. I'm going to just set that aside for a little bit and see if this will set up, and if that sets up, then I'll do the side of it. So we'll get this out of the way. And these are going to go around the side. And we'll bring the wreath back. Alright, so now we're going to move up to the 3rd row. We're on the 2nd, we're going up to the 3rd row. And we're going to put one in between every single one of these. So I'm going to start with my 2 points going to the middle. Walk it together. Turn it around and make yourself a nice little petal, and I'm going on the 3rd row. Corner. I have you zoomed in here. Wait just a second. Corner to corner. Form the petal. I went between those two. Now I'm going to go between these two. Looking nice. We'll do a couple more and then I will finish this row off camera. Now when Julie, over at Julie's Wreath Boutique, did this, she used two different sets of mesh that were welded together. Oops, sorry. Get you out a little bit. And so she had some darker colors, but I'm only using one. But it really is so pretty with those two. Okay, here's the hem and the hem, corner to corner. She does this so much easier and smoother than I do, but then I don't do these kind of wreaths very often. But they're fun once in a while and think outside the box. Get the idea? Okay. All right, give me a second. I'm going to go around the rest of the outside. Wow, this is impressive. It's very pretty and very full. Now I've got to put a few more. So what I'm doing is I have a zip tie through the mesh in between these two. And I won't put as many as I had before, because they won't fit. But we'll see. We need a few. I'm not totally sold on this center. It did not come out like I want it to. But I'm going to try putting it in. On that one it didn't work. I got to make some room here. Okay. I'm going to put it in and see if I can make it work. And if I can, fine. And if I can't, we've got the brown one we can put in. Here we go. Now, there you go. Let's see, I think I'll go right about here. Now, if I find the hole, okay, two, it's probably hard to see. I'm in about an inch, and I'm going just down and then up through the mesh. Remember to get the two hemmed sides there and then work with the other corners. I'll do this one and then I'll finish going in there off camera. Takes a little bit longer because you just have to thread these things through the plastic. Oop. Here we go, there we go, there we go. Come on, little girl, little troublemaker. Wait till you see this one hanging on the door. That is a beauteous. It's a beauteous. All right, let me finish going around the middle here and I'll be back. Hold in there. Well, here you go. I put the center in. Tell me what you think. I'm going to have to live with it a couple of days and see. I like it. I like the fact that it's blingy. I see a little hole over here. You have to rearrange these a little bit to cover any slots that might not be covered. There you go. I like the fact it's blingy, but I don't like the way it covered. But the wreath itself is beautiful. Just beautiful. I never made a fused leaf before. I'm going to go put it on the door. You won't believe this one. Be right back. Look at this. It is magnificent. It is beautiful. The shine, the glimmer, and the fact that you see the two colors together. If I get a little closer, you can pick that up, I think. See? And I really do like that blingy center because the rest of the wreath is blingy. So I'm going to live with it a couple of days, and if not, I'll put the brown one in. But that was my first try at a fused petal wreath, and I'm very pleased with it, very pleased. And the fact that they're fused does help a lot with the raveling, because as you all know, poly burlap will ravel, and both of them will ravel. So this is so pretty. So that's my wreath for today, and I'm very proud of it. You all need to try one of these. Now I have a 10-inch frame. It took 10 on the outside ring, 10 on the inside ring, and about 6 on the middle ring. It was just about one whole row of both. I think I have 2 or 3 cuts left. And that's in a 10-inch frame. If you use a bigger frame, you'll need more petals. So that's all I have for you today. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe button down below and the bell, and you'll be notified every time I come out to play. And I'll be back again on Sunday with another fall flavor. And this one, I'm telling you so, it will make your house smell so good. That, you know, the cook that says, ooh, it's so good, well, you're going to say, ooh, it smells so good. But until then, everybody enjoy their Friday afternoon. Play by the rules, keep safe, keep your distance, wear your mask, and everybody play nice now. Thanks for stopping by. Love you. Bye-bye.